Hi, I'm Rachel Woody with Rachel Christine Consulting, and today we're going to talk about how to create a successful grant project idea. And this is true for both museums and archives. Now, it may seem counterintuitive, but today's video is about focusing on your problems. It's important that we're aware of our problems, review our problems, articulate our problems, and really sort of dissect them in order to figure out solutions to get out of these problems. I recommend doing this exercise with yourself, with a team, or with staff. Just make sure that whatever environment you're creating, it is completely accepting of all problems that come to the table, that there will be no repercussions, and that this is a safe space to be solution-oriented, but also making sure that we're honest about our problems. Now, in doing this exercise, the last thing I want to caution you about is to focus on the problems that can be solved if you had additional funding. So having a problem like a board of trustee member not being engaged or taking their responsibilities seriously, that can't necessarily or obviously be solved by additional funding. So keep that caveat in mind. So for this project, get a whiteboard, piece of paper, however your brain wants to map this out, because we're going to spend some time delving into this. Now I'm going to give you two problems to think about in terms of examples. The first problem is we don't have enough staff to meet our mission, do our projects, meet any sort of goals or mandates that we hope or intend to. Now, for that problem number one, it's pretty obvious that you need more staff. In fact, that was stated in the problem. We don't have enough staff to do what we need to do. The other problems might be a bit nuanced. For example, the second problem example is a lot of our audience, researchers, community members complain because we don't have enough online. Whatever it is that's online, it's not enough, or they can't find what they're looking for. Now that one, on the outset, you can't easily identify other than there's nothing online. So what does that indicate that you need? Well, you might need digitization equipment, more of it, or a different item of digitization equipment. You might need an improved or adjusted workflow to help you guys digitize and catalog faster. You might completely be lacking a catalog system, in which case acquiring one might be to your benefit. Or there might just not be enough staff to help you churn through the amount of digital items you'd intend to have digitized and cataloged. So it's multifaceted for that second problem. So what I want you to do is think of your own problem statements. The ones I used, if those are true for you, definitely write them down. But write down the problem statements. Don't worry about identifying the solutions yet, because we'll get there. Once you've had a chance to go through, list out the problems, and feel like you have a pretty good list, now's the time to dig in and start dissecting these problems. In the next column or next piece of paper or next section of the whiteboard, I want you to start teasing out, okay, in our problems we stated this, what is it that we need to get our solution? Do we need more staff? Do we need technology? Do we need a different system? What are the needs here that are being expressed by the problem? And start writing those out. Once you've done that, on the next piece of paper or next column or next section of the whiteboard, what do the needs tell us in terms of solution? Okay, if we needed more staff, the solution is to have more staff. Sometimes it's that easy. Or in terms of we need stuff online, we need digital equipment, catalog system, well, the solution is to get that. That's the goal. Once those solutions are written down, you may notice that in the total of this exercise, there's a lot of synergy among the problems, needs, and solutions. That's a hint to you that there could be a really great grant project in here that would solve multiple problems, meet multiple needs, and offer a really big solution. So pay attention to that. Now, it's important to remember that while this exercise can be daunting and uncomfortable, it's important that we do it routinely. If this isn't something that your museum or archives is already doing on a regular basis, I would recommend that you do it at least once a year. Make this a routine exercise where you regularly assess problems, needs, and solutions so that when problems come up, you're identifying them early on, and it's not going to be a bigger problem later. So I hope you found that helpful. Check out my website to see my services. Subscribe to this YouTube channel to stay up to date on the latest tips and tricks. And don't forget to get your free electronic copy of my book, A Survivor's Guide to Museum Grant Writing, courtesy of Lucida Press. Or go to Amazon.com if you'd like a paperback. Thank you.